Hi guys, this is Dr. Marwah, and it gives me immense pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Benjamin. He's got an awesome rank in NEET SS, that's rank 4 for DM Endocrinology. He's a graduate from KGMC, and then he has subsequently done his MD Medicine from AIMS New Delhi. Welcome to this discussion, Doctor, and heartiest congratulations on behalf of PrepLadder.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
So, very cliche question. How does it feel?
Sir, yeah, I actually have been waiting for this seat for quite some time. I have attempted like 3 times before. So yeah, it feels great to be able to crack one of the most difficult entrance there is in the country. And I mean, in a branch like endocrinology, no less. So yeah, it feels good.
Great. Doc, I would like to know your journey with PrepLadder. When did you take the SS pack and how did you use it?
Yeah, sir. So I way back from my UG days only, I have started following this platform, and with you specifically, we used to attend your classes, offline classes, back in our UG days. So I was quite well oriented much before. Yeah. So especially the medicine part, I used to like your teachings and your approach to medicine as such. So, and the notes that I used to make back in those days, I am still having those. Even at the level of SS preparation, I use those for quick and rapid revision, or whenever I need to brush up my basics. So I used to go back to those notes specifically. Yeah.
So, Doc, specifically coming to the SS pack, I mean, how time does it take for a student to go through the entire content, and how did you use it effectively? Because I understand you'd be very busy with your clinical work, with your postings and everything. So, was it like a balance of MCQs with video lectures? Did you focus on some selective ones? I mean, I would like to know because everybody's using a different strategy. So, what would be your strategy how to use PrepLadder effectively to clear NEET SS right in the first go? Like you took the bull by the horns, you know, cleared it right on. Obviously, there are going to be challenges. You have faced those challenges. So, I mean, you are the best person who has, I would say, surmounted any obstacles and multiple obstacles, I would say, and then you have come with flying colors. So, I mean, how did you go about using that?
Yeah, so I think these days what people usually do is they subscribe to multiple platforms. That is one thing. So I am also one among them because the competition is quite fierce. Especially with endocrine, you just have single digit number of seats in the whole country, right? So people started kind of questioning their platform. They feel insecure with their platform and all. So I think with regards to endocrinology, I feel like everyone is quite well oriented with their subject matter. If you go to any endocrine candidate, they would know in and out of endocrine. So then it boils down to how well you do your common papers. For example, in INISS, it's kind of 50-50% distribution. So every one of your endocrine candidate would ace the endocrine part. So you have to literally take care of the common papers as well. That's where your rank is actually decided. So going back to your medicine approach, I think it was really helpful in cracking those common papers, because it's not possible to go through each and every other subspecialties and learn separately in depth, right? So for those common papers, you need to have basics strong, and for that, I feel not to be a cliche or something, but I feel like your approach to medicine is quite concise and word revising also. So the small notes that I used to make back in those days also I was still using during my MD days, during my final MD preparation as well, and also during my NEET SS as well as INISS preparation. Yes. So my advice would be students, if you go for multiple platforms, I understand why you're doing so. But then again, as I already told you, that the rank is mostly decided on the common papers. So you have to be careful with the common papers part. And I don't think instead of going wide, you need to choose a specific platform for your medicine part and then stick to that and then keep revising. Yeah.
Doc, what about the question papers or the mock papers that you were mock tests that you were using in the PrepLadder app?
Yeah.
How would you rate them as compared to what it comes to the actual when it comes to the actual exam,
Yeah. So
especially the
I
general
think,
medicine?
yeah. So the question bank per se, it's not possible to expect everything to be kind of carbon paper copy of that. But going back, I can kind of make the connections that some of those questions were framed in such a way that it will actually help you to solve any other patterns of question that can be framed on that particular topic. So it might not be the exact copy of the questions that you're solving, uh, but it definitely helps you in having a strong basis and teaches you how to solve that kind of pattern. Yeah. So in a sense, uh, solving papers definitely help. If you think that first you should read everything and then go and do questions, I don't think that this is the right approach. I feel both of the going through the subject matter as well as solving papers, I think it should go hand in hand, like simultaneously. Yes.
Do you still go through that phase like UG days where like you're doing a question and between two options you are confused, or now do we evolve suddenly and we are able to get to the right answer? Yeah, or is it the same grind as the UG days?
Yes, sir. So specifically for NEET SS, I feel like the question is quite well distributed in between like questions which are one-liners and questions which require a bit of assessment. And then there are few like really tough questions where if you know them, those are landmine questions. So overall, I feel your clinical judgment is also important when it comes to those questions which were clinical based. So apart from that, rest of the questions were like based on your ability to recall and all those. So in those kind of questions, you can't really use your logic, I feel, for those one-liner recall. So it all depends on how well you revise those topics before your examination. Yeah.
So overall, how does it feel as of now?
I feel the question this year in INISS was like better compared to the previous years. I'm not saying it's easier, but like it was nice to solve that kind of paper because if you look at the common papers, it was quite well distributed between the other subspecialties. Looking back at previous years, what I used to see was like sometimes the common papers would just focus on one or two subspecialties. But I think the questions have improved in such a way that the common papers are actually testing all the other branches of medicine. So I feel it's the more time that students focus on their general medicine part, if they are preparing for NEET SS or INSS. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're not going to be an endocrinologist, what would you be?
Uh, yeah, sir. Endocrinology, I think is something that's like has interested me right from the beginning of my MBBS days. Uh, and it's not an easy thing to get, like obviously, due to limited amount of seats available in the country and all. So like initially for the first and second attempt that I didn't get the seats, it was quite disheartening, right? So it seems like things are not going to happen for you, or especially if you're picky that I'm going to choose only from INI and I'm not going to take from NEET, if you have that kind of belief and all. So it's not an easy road, definitely. But I feel it's a cool branch, endocrinology as such. You get to like exercise your mind and like best thing is you don't have much emergencies, which is a good thing always. So yeah, I am really looking forward to this branch. Yeah, sir.
So love to give to the aspiring doctors with respect to endocrine.
So you were asking, I actually forgot that you were asking a different question back then. So if I were not going for endocrine, I actually like all the subspecialties of medicine, to be honest. I was posted in neurology, then I was quite interested with neurology. And during preparation also, when I was reading neurology, I was like not bored, to be honest. And I think same applies for the other branches also, hematology, rheumatology. But then again, I think reading a subject is quite different from having it as your career. So I think we have to be pragmatic at some point of time. For example, just because I like reading hematology doesn't necessarily mean that I would like that as my career, I think. So like taking everything into consideration, endocrine is like the branch in which I think I would fit well. Yeah.
So any tips for the aspiring doctors from endocrine perspective, and
Uh,
how effectively they can use the PrepLadder?
yeah. So I think I have already like said multiple times on this interview that how important the common paper is. Especially for endocrine, because like every endocrine like aspirant is a nerd. Like you are going to be quite good with your subject materials. That's given. But that doesn't mean that you can leave alone rest of the other subjects that are there, because 50% of your questions are going to come from rest of your subspecialties, meaning to say that you have to be thorough with those also. So right from your MD days, read your Harrison. Don't neglect any part of the other subspecialties, because questions can very well come from those topics as well. And those will be the ones that
How many
decide your
times
rank.
did you read? How
Hasa?
many times did you read Harrison? How many times did you read Harrison?
Yeah. So with respect to Harrison, especially for my NEET preparation, I was using that a lot, because going to past papers and all, the pattern was in such that many of the questions were direct straight lift from Harrison. And it was quite scary also, right? So in my final year MD, during my MD exams, I like revise it once. And during my MD preparation, DM preparation, I start making notes, and I would take out those tables and the important boxes out of Harrison, and I used to revise them like maybe every 3 monthly or every 6 monthly, or surely before any major exam. So that was what I used to do. For INISS in particular, I revise it once, yeah, before going for the exam. Yeah.
Doc, it was really nice talking to you after so long, meeting you again, and
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
heartiest congratulations for cracking this exam. I wish you I mean, you already have a super, super bright career. I wish that it grows and it flourishes. You have everything that you want and aspire from. My blessings to you, my best wishes on behalf of PrepLadder as well. And the time, thanks for sharing your wisdom and input with respect to what a candidate should be doing. And you said very pertinent points, which I think would be very, very useful for all the aspirants.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.